We got guitarist Steve Hackett with us on the phone. How are you, Steve?
Very good. Very well. Thank you.
Great to be chatting with you. You got a lot going on. Steve Hackett, of course, well known for his time in Genesis. During the very early years of Genesis, Steve, the prog rock, art rock period. And then, of course, when the 80s came, you were out of there and things got a little more commercial. What made you leave Genesis? Was it a difference in the music direction?
Not so much that. There was just so many writers all in the same band.
Right.
A number of people who essentially all wanted to lead and do their own albums. So I was the second guy to leave the band. Peter Gabriel left first of all.
Right.
And, I guess over time, the band hemorrhaged members and there is no more Genesis, but what gets preserved and is still well loved is all of the music of the band. So I continue to do much of that live. Particularly with the upcoming shows I'll be doing at St. George's Theatre in Staten Island on the 15th of this month, 16th, 17th. I'm doing the Scottish Rite in Collingswood, New Jersey, the 18th at Tarrytown Music Hall. All of that, I get to cover, quite a lot of the Genesis stuff. We'll be doing Supper's Ready again. A lot of people ask for that. One for the Vine from Wind and Wuthering. Dancing with the Moonlit Night from Selling England by the Pound, and some GTR stuff as well. So it's, Genesis stuff, GTR stuff, and solo stuff. I do all of that.
Covering the whole career, Steve, in the live set.
I try to cover the whole career, yeah. Everything but Quiet World.
Right.
So far, yeah.
That's great. Tarrytown Music Hall is going to be a great show, and kind of in our area here, and definitely a road trip that someone can make. February 18th. Is the big show. You have a new live release out. Let's talk about that. Wuthering Nights, live in Birmingham. Can you tell us about the live CD, DVD?
Sure. Well, the title, the Wuthering title, Wuthering Nights, it alludes to the Wind and Wuthering album that was released by Genesis in 1977, the last album I did with the band. Last year was the 40th birthday of that album, so I have been celebrating that. It's on the DVD and Blu-ray, of course, and you can just listen to it on CD. So we did a whole bunch of things from the album. I think what I think were the strongest tracks anyway. Plus, we do a version of Inside and Out, which was recorded at the same time as the album. A number of us guys, ex-guys from Genesis, feel that. That should have been on the album, that one. It came out really well, and it was Phil's first attempt at a whole lyric on his own, Phil Collins, that is. So it's got special significance for me. I do it live still, and it goes down very, very well. It's one of those sort of forgotten little gems from the band, I think.
No doubt. We're speaking with guitarist Steve Hackett. He's got a tour coming up. Actually, this weekend, I think you're going on the cruise to the edge again, aren't you?
That's right, yeah.
This is something else. Yeah, this is going to be you. You're going to be on here with Yes, Marillion, Carl Palmer, ELP Legacy, a lot of other great bands. What's it like doing these cruises? I know you've done them before.
It's very nice. There's great camaraderie between the bands. I've never felt that there was a competitive edge. There's a lot of things you can watch. The audience gets to join in too, and they get to play as well, and all sorts of stuff after hours. And it's very loose. It's a lot of fun. It's a kind of extraordinary institution, and I've done it for a few years running, and I hope it keeps up because it's a great thing.
Where are you sailing to this year, Steve?
Well, it's the Caribbean. I know that we get to go to Belize.
Oh, nice.
Which I've never visited before. Previous times we've been to Mexico and circled Cuba a few times and the Cayman Islands. Various stuff. It's extraordinary, really.
All right. This kicks off a lot of tour dates that you have. What's the official website, Steve? You have an official site we can go to?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. HackettSongs.com.
All right, check that out.
HACKETT for Hackett. HackettSongs.com.
HackettSongs.com. And I got to ask you, Steve, going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 2010 with your other former bandmates in Genesis, what was that like for you? Did it mean much to you? What's your feeling on the Rock Hall? Yeah,
I tell you, it meant a lot to me. It was a very interesting evening, chock full of a whole bunch of people that I've been listening to ever since I was a kid, never mind anything else. And a lot of people get celebrated posthumously, the writers that were being celebrated on the night. And it was an extraordinary evening anyway, really quite wonderful. And again, I think it's a great American institution. It really is something wonderful that you get acts like, I was a huge blues fan, for instance, and the Paul Butterfield Blues Band were inducted into that posthumously for a number of them, of course, most famously Mike Bloomfield and Paul Butterfield himself, who was my favorite harmonica player.
Have you spoke with Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins and the guys in recent years? Are you still in touch?
Oh, yeah, we're still in touch. Richard McPhail had his book out a few weeks ago, and 4 out of 5 of us turned up for his book launch, so it was lovely to see him and see the rest of the guys. Yeah, so we do hang out, yes.
Oh, that's great. Well, maybe we'll see you share the stage again one day soon.
Maybe one day. There are no plans at the moment, but meanwhile, I celebrate the music.
Well, you do a great job with it. Steve Hackett with us playing Tarrytown Music Hall. The show is February 18th. Get your tickets and check out Steve Hackett's official website. The website one more time, Steve?
That's hackettsongs.com. All
right, and pick up the new live release. I saw some stuff actually on YouTube. Great stuff. Wuthering Nights live in Birmingham, live CD, DVD set. Appreciate your time with us today. Thanks for chatting with us.
Nice talking to you, Tigman.
Take care. All the best.
Thank you.